So this prophecy that I do have, it's divided into two. The book of life and the judgment book. And this will be read when people have gathered. I have the duty to preach the word of the Lord Almighty, because the word must be preached to all nations. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God Himself. So this word that was in the beginning has been made corrupt by the devilish and earthly wisdom, and the wisdom of books. The Bible has been regarded to be like a storybook, but the Bible is not a storybook. It is like a puzzle, and only the godly wisdom that only comes from God that will make one understand it well. So the word has not yet been preached to all nations, and this will only be done by me, the woman president. When people have gathered, the Bible remains word sealed in a scroll. It was hidden even from the prophets and seers until the time of the end, when it will be made known. That's why it is written, but the word must be first preached to all nations. Isaiah was the great prophet of the Lord Almighty, and in him was the covenant with the Lord Almighty. In Isaiah was the covenant with the Lord, the Spirit of the Lord resting on him and his descendants. And Isaiah's children had to remain as signs in Israel. Now the bride of the Lord, the woman president, is a descendant of Isaiah. The lineage of prophet Isaiah. From my mother's side, Margaret Juma. It is a prophetic inheritance passed down from generation to generation. And on my father's side, he is a root of David, the lineage of David. So this is also part of the seal of the woman president. Why she has the oath with the Lord Almighty. Everything is sealed up in her. So until the time of the end, the resurrection, through the Spirit of the Lord Almighty that rested in Isaiah and his descendants, will the word be known of the Lord Almighty in his own spirit, be known to the world. The word of the Lord that was there from the beginning. But all this time it has remained a sword sealed in a scroll. When you read the prophetic books, you may think that the judgments are past events, because you see the judgment on Edom, a prophecy concerning Damascus, on Moab, on Ammon. So, there are judgments on these places and on the nations, and I've explained to you who the nations are of the Lord Almighty. But they are not past events, because the ancient places, the names were changed over the generation. And this is found in Numbers, I think 32 or 34. As the tribe settled, they came to change these names. Gilgal is the ancient Gilgal. Moab, the Rift Valley people, are the Moab and Ammonites. Who are Moab and Ammonites? Remember what happened to Lot and his daughters. So they are the descendants of these people. And you find the Lord himself said and spoke through the prophets. Jacob I love, Esau I hate. Esau is Edom. And who are the Edomites? The central people, the Kikuyu. And the prophecy has come through the revelation ministries of the prophet of the Lord, Onyango, about what is coming on Central. Because Jacob the Lord loves, and Esau he hates, and Esau is Edom. So people of the land, trouble is coming. The ground will be split apart. And this prophecy has been also done by Ian Lovo about the tectonic shifting in the rift. The land is going to be split. It is the year of shakings and more shakings. Some visions of the end times were explained through parables, like the parable of the rich man who stored up for himself, thinking and being proud that he has plenty, not knowing that tomorrow God is going to take away his soul. This is what is happening right now. Many people have piled up, have stored treasures for themselves. And these treasures has become their God, what they love, what they worship. But tomorrow, God is taking away their soul, their treasures, what they love. Because of these treasures, they have become stone hearts. They don't want to listen to the voice of the Lord Almighty. They are doing evil. But tomorrow, the Lord is taking away what they love, the soul. And which soul is this? It is explained in two. The soul meaning God is taking away their life. And when God takes away their life, what they love will not belong to them. Or they will remain alive, but their richness will be taken away. How is the richness being taken away? Through the storms, the floods that are happening. They are calling Mother Nature. But who owns nature? It is God. It is the judgment and wrath of the Lord Almighty. That's why it was written. It will be the same for prophets, for priests, for leaders, for the slave man. It is coming right now. The Lord is wiping away all the treasures that people have loved of the world. The only treasure that will give you the new life and keep you safe, it is the spiritual treasure, not the worldly treasure. That's why it was written, store your treasure in heaven. But many never did that. This is the time ambao wengi watalia na kusaga meno. Ishaanza. So though there's a remnant that will remain, the 144,000, the Lord will increase them to multitudes. Though there's a remnant that remains, the 144,000, the Lord will increase them to multitudes again. The new heavens and the new earth. The children of the promise. And this prophecy was done by Mimshak Holmes, where the prophecy started. It is 3:45 in the morning, and I can sense the smell of children being born, the Isaacs and Samuels. So the new that are being born, of the new generation, of the new heavens and the new earth, the godly children, the Isaacs and Samuels. This does not mean that only male children will be born. He is a general term for mankind. So the Isaacs and Samuel are the children of the promise, of the new generation, and the men servants and the women servants of the Lord Almighty that are being born. And the Lord will increase people in multitudes. People who obey Him, serve Him, who are loyal to Him. For the old is gone and the new is springing up. In the last days. This is in Acts chapter 2, I think 7. Your children will prophesy and see visions and dreams. You're seeing in YouTube the many prophecies. Many people are saying about the visions, what they saw. The word is being fulfilled. And also, you also have seen the wonders that are being done in heaven above and the earth below. Even the birds, the sky turning to other colors, worms. That's how the Lord is manifesting, and He will